Hi, I'm Rasheed, Ogunlaru, coach, speaker and author, and welcome back to my series on mindset and mindfulness. In this second video, you may have seen the introduction video, and then you may have seen the first video, which was about noisy mind. Now we're going to move to the quiet mind. So if your life, your mind is busy, if you're stressed out, if you're exhausted, if you feel overwhelmed and so on, then you may well be at a point where you think, actually, you know what, I want a quiet mind. I'm going to invite you just to close your eyes for a moment. Just to be still, just right now. Nothing else is more important than getting to this point of a quiet mind. I can invite you to take a deep breath in, hold it, and then let it out. Deep breath in, hold it, and let it out. This time a really deep breath in. Hold it, and let it out. If you've got a very, very noisy mind, I'm going to invite you to do that just whilst I'm speaking. Breathing in, deep from the stomach, from the diaphragm. Hold it for a while. Now let it all out. Your stress may well be that you're breathing too shallowly. Maybe you're not rooted. It's your stress. And your mind's all over the place, you're heading. So when we breathe in, we hold, we breathe out. As you do that, I'm going to invite you to breathe everything out, all the stresses, all the worries. Breathe in, breathing in possibilities, stillness, quiet. Hold, and breathe out. Expel all that air, the pressure, the worries and so on, and let the lungs, let it all feel empty at the end. Then you're ready for a real deep breath, you're ready for the new. I have a saying that you can't pour more water into a full cup. So this noisy mind that we talked about before has very little value. You're wanting to empty up. That's why we're expelling all that air. Breathing in again. Hold. Breathe out. And I'm going to invite you to just gently keep breathing in and breathing out. Quiet mind is an invitation to a peaceful life. How would you arrive at a quiet mind? Well, the first thing is there's a number of ways to arrive at this. One of the ways to do this is actually, first of all, to have a little bit of a clear out, to clear your space. Because sometimes there's so much going on that clearing your physical space is, first of all, can give you that feeling of relaxation. Another way to arrive at this place of a quiet mind is just going out for a walk. I often say it's far better going for a walk outside than pacing around in your mind. So walk in nature, greenery, the park, by the stream, by the river. Nature will reconnect you to your nature, because otherwise we're just constantly stuck in here. It's a quiet mind. Time in nature. Time being still. Meditation. Relaxation exercises. Breathing exercises. Because breathing, when I breathe in, when I inspire, that's what that inspiration is. Inspiration means to inspire, to breathe in. And if I stop breathing in, then I expire. And the mind needs the oxygen too for it to function properly. So one of the values also of these breathing exercises that we started off with is that it takes attention away from your mind, from being overly caught up into your mind, so that you're aware also of your body. So you're far more balanced. So you're far more rooted. If you really struggle to breathe, hands here, really to catch those breaths. But by and large, there are a number of few tips here that I've shared with you. Having a clear out, clearing that space, going for a walk in nature, park by the river, where there's less content. Rivers, streams, the oceans and seas are particularly beautiful because there's this expanse, there's very little for your mind to grab a hold of. So again, the link with the creating the space is that there's less content. There's less things for your eyes to get caught up with. You know, they say that there are millions and millions of bits of data that come in all the time. The other thing I want to say about fostering a quiet mind is, as I touched on in the last video, and that's this thing about realising that you actually started with a quiet mind. The mind is something that develops over time. You start off not really with any thoughts, of course there are sensations coming in as a baby, and then over time you're told stuff. Your name, your background, things about the world, this is a tree, this is a hat, this is a pen, this is mum, this is dad, this is Uncle Bob, this is that, this is that. And all sorts of ideas about you. You're big, you're tall, you're bright, you're this, you're that, da da da, and all the things that you should aspire to, all the things that you should have and possess, and then all of a sudden, noisy mind. Projecting, I should be here, this is how I should be in life. Or reflecting there, this is what was going on in the past. Quiet mind is a present mind. I have a saying, is your life story the truth? Yeah, it's true that there's a sequence of events that happened. Is it the whole truth? No, because there are others who have a perspective and know about the events too. Is it nothing but the truth? No, because we tend to believe the story that we like to hang on to. And I say this because all your ideas and concepts about life, yourself and the world are just that. And the embracing of that is the thing that will begin to bring the quiet mind. You've got to want to have a quiet mind. You've got to want to have peace. The best way to have a peace of mind is being at peace with the contents of your mind. So whatever has or hasn't happened, to accept this is what has and hasn't happened. I still have wishes going in this direction or that direction, fine. But just to recognise that there's just the contents of life, that's how it has been, fine. You accept it. This is key to a quiet mind, otherwise you're in resistance to what is. The more that you practice being still, the more that is enjoy being quiet, the more it is that you enjoy the stillness, just being, the quieter the mind will be. Mind is like an engine in a car. It shouldn't be running all the time. When it's needed, it runs. Then you turn the key off. It's not on anymore. So the mind will enjoy this downtime. Maybe it's enjoyed this time now. In the next of those videos, the third and final videos, I'm going to be talking about the flowing mind, the really mindful mind, the open mind. Because your mind might even now be thinking, okay, that's all cool. I can see that there's very little value in the noisy mind that Rasheed was talking about before. I can see some values in this quiet mind, but I've still got things to do in my life, things to do in the world, of course. And you'll find in the third video that actually you'll be far more efficient, effective, focused, clear, content, open-minded, with the mindful, flowing mind. So, thank you for tuning in for this video, and I'll see you next time for the flowing, mindful mind.